You think you're prejudiced?
Yep. Against who?
Well, let's see. Chevy Neons that cost $12,000 to buy but have $8,000 paint jobs and 9 spits inside them smoking weed. That's one thing.
Okay, now listen. The term spick. That's okay.
Spick.
Well, see, that's really not
Crazy chink broads who don't know how to drive in the first place, and now they got cell phones stuck to their ears while they're doing 65 miles an hour down 6th Avenue. Right? The crazy chinks on bikes with 10 pounds of Chinese food strapped to the handlebars.
Okay, now see, the word chink is what I like to call a problem word.
If I were a chink, I'd rather be called a chink.
Okay, now hold on, listen to me, please. Chinese people would not like to be called loop or chink or pan face or zipper head.
See, that's another thing. I mean, Puerto Ricans, we get shafted even when it comes to races. Chinks got what, like 4 ethnic slurs? We get 1. Spick, that's it. The Irish, they got Mick, Paddy, Donkey. Italians, they got Guinea, Bop, Dago.
Spaghetti bender.
Spaghetti bender went out of style during Sinatra first match. Greaseball? Greaseball, there you have it. That's 4.
That's right. You know what? Same thing with the Jews, right? Eve, Ike, Jew Boy, Benny.
Shylock.
That's 5.
Yeah, Black, forget about it. Spear Chucker, Jungle Bunny, Raisin Head, Porch Monkey, Spook,
Giant.
Tar baby.
Yeah, it's endless. Totally unfair.
Yeah.
Should have played that one for Wednesday's show.
Hey, that was even better the second time.
This is supposed to be about Anne Frank, so I figured,
I hear you, Corey. Having a slow one, too.
Clyde, what did you say?
Oh, man. How old is that show?
What? Rescue Me?
Probably like 20 years.
It's like 20 years, I think.
Yeah.
How
when
far
did it
we
end?
fall in 20 years?
Let's see.
I just remember because I remember like the commercials for it because it used the Under Pressure song that always, of course, when you first hear, it's like, oh, Ice Ice Baby. All right.
Yeah.
And it's like, ah, fuck, Under Pressure. Gay.
Under Pressure.
I hate Nintendo, one of my like least favorite bands. They're right up there with like U2 and Sting. Just garbage.
Freaking U2, like they've got to hack everybody's Apple devices to get their music out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I had a phone that came with Inception on it once.
Oh good.
Already had that.
They said Rescue Me apparently ran from 2004 to 2011. So yeah, I mean 20 years ago. Ran 7 seasons. That's crazy.
It started
good?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
No, it was really good.
Really?
It was really good. Yeah. Talking about it, I feel like I need to go back and rewatch it. That's one of those that should be on the rotation of like shows from that era that I watched all of at least twice and should really just keep that running on, like playing in the background all the time. You got what's one of your like Scrubs is one of those for me. Like I'll just watch Scrubs all the time, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I've seen every episode of Scrubs at least 20 times. I will just pick it up and start watching it all over again tomorrow.
That's House for me. House is that show for me. It's like I can always watch House. Like
I've seen a couple episodes of that one. I remember when that was a big deal.
Maybe old 70s, that 70s show, like older, early seasons.
Yeah, not the last couple seasons, but yeah, I did that 70s show. Don't watch that 90s show.
Is it no good?
I can't believe that's actually like a thing. Like I saw somebody like bragging on it. This isn't really a thing.
See you tomorrow morning.
They do that.
You know what the worst part of it was for me? I watched an episode, and it's the same parents and everything, and like, Cheech is in it, or I'm sorry, Chong, not Cheech. But like,
it's your Mexican bean, right?
The worst part is the laugh track on it is so bad, and it's really when you watch like sitcoms with laugh tracks, you really have to try to not pay attention to it. But because there's like every little tiny, not like maybe a chuckleable joke is, and then it's just like. Cuts out, silent, and then a half a second, then the laugh track's just going crazy again. It's just so distracting. It's too much. Like it's like they're trying to they're tricking us into thinking it's funny. Like
a lot of times, like the old shows, I didn't even notice like the laugh track because I would actually laugh at some of the jokes, so it would be like perfectly timed to like, okay, that's funny. So you don't notice the laugh track because you're laughing as well. Like.
You say when it's actually funny, they don't even need the laugh track because you're laughing so hard. And you don't need the cue that this was a joke. You're supposed to laugh. I guess that's the problem with the problem with modern writing is it's just so. Trey and I were actually talking about this last night while we were playing video games and keeping him up way too late. It was like the new Lord of the Rings series that was on Amazon Prime. Like the writing was just so bad, and that's like everything these days. Like the writing is just so bad. It's like there's no reason for your character to say that when we can literally see them do it. Like you don't have to say, "Oh man, I think I'm gonna go over there." Like just fucking get up and go over there. We can watch you do it.
They're trying to be inclusive. I mean, you were blind and you couldn't see. Like, you want to know?
He's going to the left. Now he's going to the right.
Have you guys ever seen the blind people like TV where it's like audio captioned? It's like Francine walks into kitchen and Roger's using a blender. Like it like audio narrates like what's happening. It's crazy. But there's a button on your remote.
I've got my TV. I got my TV in that mode because my son like was messing with the settings one time. Like I think he was trying to turn the volume up or something like that. He got the settings to where it would be like narrate. So it was like it would tell me like, oh, Netflix, Hulu, and then I was like, no, I want to, and then it was like settings, and I was like, yes, settings. Turn this off now. Like, good, shut up.
That's like when we were kids and you like would get the TV and the VCR program on the screen and like you couldn't get it off, you couldn't figure out how to go back, you jack everything up. Remember that?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it came with a great manual.
Somebody, back when I didn't lock my phone, somebody changed my phone settings to French, and then nobody spoke French, so we couldn't figure out how to get it back. I had to like take it to a fucking store and have somebody fix it. Like, why the fuck would you? Why would you change it to French if you don't speak?
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, is that how you say? You just gotta walk around asking just in crowds of people. Do you speak
Parlez-vous
French?
français?
Just walking around holding up my phone like, does anybody speak French? Need this fixed.
Does Siri understand French? If you just like start speaking French, would Siri pick up on that, or do you have to like set your settings to like pick up these other languages?
I don't have any of that shit turned on. Siri, Alexa, Google, none of that. Like, I don't have any of that I don't have any of that talk to bullshit, and we don't do that. And we don't do that around this house. I made a post about the watching these TV shows where where the smart house like goes nuts and kills people. I'm like, it's your own fucking fault for enabling Skynet to run your life. Like
we all saw 2001: Space Odyssey.
Goddamn right we did.
Yeah.
Those of us paying attention learned our lesson early on.
Rosie the robot.
Surrender. That's a French thing for sure.
You gotta say it with the accent. Surrender. Oh, fuck. Cheese eating surrender monkeys. Bonjour, you cheese eating surrender monkeys.
What was okay? So apparently the thing that historically the French like being quitters and like not having a spine is a little bit overblown.
It is.
Like
I mean, there was Napoleon Bonaparte for like.
Well, there's that, but then like the reason that the French just like rolled over, the reason that the French just like rolled over and gave up whenever like Hitler and the Nazis were marching into France was basically because like they had seen all of the same degeneracy that had been going on in like Weimar and everything else, and the whole reason that the Nazis rose to power to begin with, and they saw what they were doing. Maybe not necessarily the whole incinerator thing, but everything else. They're like, yeah, we're experiencing the same degeneracy. So come on, we're not even going to fight you. Like, come fix this shit for us. We're not going to fix it ourselves, but you've already got a proven track record of it. So just come fix it for us. Like that was kind of the French in World War II thing. Like it wasn't that they were spineless. It was they saw a solution to a societal problem.
They were just hiring a mechanic.
Well, they really felt bad about it though when they could no longer bake baguettes because of availability. Like, how are we supposed to live? You didn't tell us about this part.
The ovens were being used for other things, and they could no longer.
Sorry, not ash.
if we're gonna get 6 million, we have to keep these things running 24/7. You get your baguettes when we're done.
Oh shit!
Oh god.
Gross.
And we're back to Anne Frank.
All right. And frankly, I'm sick of
Perfect.
these Holocaust jokes.
So that was really funny. I was creating the episode for this morning, and I said, "Where is Anne Frank?" As I was typing, like I said it out loud because I'm, an idiot like that. And Stephanie goes, "And was it you or her?" Anyway, Stephanie said, "Anne Frank was a real person." I was like, "Anne Frank was not a real person. Anne Frank did not exist." And then Sean lays in on, yeah, she was writing her diary was written with a ballpoint pen 20 years before ballpoint pens were invented. And Stephanie goes, "Wait, what?" She's like, "How did I not know this?" Something, because you don't question history enough.
Is it accepted as
You want me to pull that up?
That, like,
Yeah, you may as well pull it up.
Yeah, so
What, Clyde? You're
ahead,
not
go
running your
ahead.
audio through your headset.
yeah, I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Deal with it. I can unplug and go away. That's fine. You want me to leave? I'll leave.
If you're
so where
take
is
me as I
Anne
am,
Frank?
baby.
They're doing a new animated. I don't know if it's a movie or a series. But it's
I
a
think it's
retelling of the Anne Frank story.
It's
And
at like the Cannes Film Festival or one of those film festivals, so it must be a
What are
movie.
you waiting for, Anne? Open your presents. Oh, that's so lovely.
When you write, who do you actually write to?
To myself, of course.
I prefer to think of my diary as a girl, a best friend. Her name will be Kitty. Kitty. I like it.
Come down,
Are they-
Anne. I'm waiting for you.
Is he a
Are they
boyfriend?
going to give her a
Of
ballpoint
course.
pen to write with, or
Up until a
There
year
it
ago, everyone was in love with me. Everyone? It was all so wonderful. Then everything changed.
Willie.
Like someone pointed out this too, like this part that it's like not people at all. Like they don't even they're like treating the Germans like is not even like people. They're like some kind of like.
isn't
like
it
death
interesting
force.
that backdrop is kind of reminiscent of that speech that Biden gave? Just kind of throwing it out there. I know.
Secret apartment is going to be our hiding place.
Yeah. So apparently there's a
Okay.
retelling. They've got. She's named her diary. None of that makes sense. I don't know why you would even do this. Like, there's no point.
I've been waiting for an opportunity to play something, and this is perfect. So we're gonna let's see. Ba, 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 ba.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there. Okay. Look, my screen all froze up.
War and intolerance. One voice stood out. A voice that was strong. A voice that was inspiring. A voice that was sometimes hard to understand.
I want to drive the truck.
Oscar, no, be quiet.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
As if it wasn't enough that he was Jewish.
I am sorry to say that your son is mentally retarded.
What does that mean, Doctor?
It means he'll never not be retarded.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Why?
And as if it wasn't enough that he was Jewish and mentally retarded.
Where is the wine?
He was an alcoholic.
Oscar, no! You can't have that!
I want more dizzy water. I want to play more, Papi.
Oscar, I have some bad news for you. Your puppy has cancer.
And it took the death of his best friend to realize sometimes strength comes to us all. This holiday season, go for strength, go for inspiration, go for Oscar Gold.
The point of that, if anybody isn't familiar, was it was the Bond villain's evil plan to create the saddest movie ever and make people cry themselves to death, and that was how he was gonna, kill everybody in the world. Was put out the saddest movie possible.
What was the villain's name? Was like Goldmember or something?
Tearjerker.
Tearjerker. That's
Great episode. It was like the fucking
American Dad's great.
Yeah, it was one of the first couple seasons. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, they probably couldn't make that joke now.
Yeah, American Dad's a little nuts these days, but
it's one of those that's it's still funny. Like they've, it had a really specific shtick when it first came out. Like it was Family Guy for conservatives, sort of, but it was making fun of.
It was kind of making fun of
them,
them.
at the same time.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it wasn't like entirely
Stephen
terrible.
Colbert kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
back when Colbert was actually good, though.
But then it kind of morphed into a different type of a thing, and it's just kept running with that. I think personally, I like American Dad more than Family Guy, like by a lot. The Cleveland Show was actually really good, but I guess it kind of ran its course. I don't guess they had enough.
Well, they after the whole controversy about the actor, like the voice actor, that's when it kind of like died off.
I forget. I remember there was something.
So the voice actor was not actually black, and so people got upset. They were like, "Why would you have a black character being voiced by a white guy?" And he's saying all these these things that could be deemed racist. That's terrible. And so
y'all do realize that the voice actor for Bart Simpson is not a young boy. It's actually an old woman, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. It's the color thing. You can't.
You remember like the Apu thing. They had to get rid of Apu because of that too.
I love the way you say that.
If you lost your job as a voice actor because you weren't black or Indian, or maybe you were a black guy doing a white guy's voice, could you sue? I would think that would be discriminatory. You lost your job. I don't know. There's legal action you can take.
There's a lot of subjectivity, I guess, with something like that, because they could say that okay, well, you no longer fit the role anymore, or something like that.
I don't know. Seems dicey.
It would probably depend on how your contract is.
I mean, they would just have to remove the character entirely. Like if they remove the character, then they can just say you've been cast out of that role. But I don't think the actors actually lost their jobs. Cleveland's going to move to Atlanta or Chicago. Because the guy who voices Apu isn't that Hank Azaria? Doesn't he voice Apu? And it's one of the actors that voices 7 other characters on the show. So it's not like he lost it's not like the Apu actor lost his job. They just doesn't get to do Apu anymore.
Yeah, it's Hank Azaria.
Yeah. What's his face got all upset about it, which I was really bummed about. What's his face, the Indian actor guy or Pakistani or whatever he is.
You gotta narrow it down. That doesn't.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Is the problem.
Yeah, Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. That guy.
Yeah.
He was the guy who I guess who came out bitching about Apu. And I was like, man, shut up! You make some of the most racist movies out there, which are hilarious. I love the Harold and Kumar movies.
That's the guy that apologized for nothing, right?
He used to be funny and cool, and he got old and became a bitch.
Well,
is that the guy that got in trouble for he got some Me Too stuff and apologized for nothing? Basically.
He worked. He was in Obama's cabinet. Huh? Cal Penn. Yeah, Cal Penn. He was on Obama's cabinet, or something. He worked in the White House under Obama. So that probably has something to do with the the change. If I had to guess.
I mean, You get that kind of role, like you're gonna, it's gonna rub off on you one way or another.
Yeah. Fuck, what was his thing? I don't know, but yeah, he had some position, in the with Obama something.
At least he wasn't stealing air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he wasn't stealing luggage. Is there?
Whatever happened to that guy?
Apparently, there was
He got fired.
Yeah, he got fired.
Oh, I
there
know
was,
that, but like
some other lady said that she had her, like in 2018, she got her
Yeah.
luggage stolen, and it looked just like the stuff that he was.
she was
wearing.
like a fashion designer or something. Like she had
Yeah,
like
so she was like
made,
going through
like, not
posting
like
different
bought
pictures
those
of like
clothing, you know?
Oh, here
Yeah.
it is. I got it.
yeah, she's posting like different pictures of her wearing certain stuff and then him wearing the exact same thing. She's like, that was in my bag. That was shit that he stole.
So there's her, and then there's
So
him.
crazy.
That's you gotta hang it to him though.
that is
That's a pretty
so-
good. Like how long do you think that
This is
plan
a
was?
troll.
I'm gonna become a woman, and I need a job in the White House to oversee any airport luggage, and I'm gonna steal people's lives, so I have all like an unending supply of dresses. Like you know.
I'm going to drive to Georgia this weekend and teach Clyde how to switch his StreamYard on his phone over to actually going through the headset. So
I don't have a mic on my headset.
oh my God, get a fucking real person headset that has a mic built into it.
That's why I stopped recording in the car here recently, or streaming from the car, because the my headphones that I was using work, it doesn't link up with
They're
StreamYard anymore.
they literally.
No, you have to. All right,
You have to
hold on,
enable it.
everybody, shut up. So I can give you an yes. You have to go. You have to click settings, and then in
Yes.
settings you go to audio, and then in
Mhm.
audio it asks you which mic you want to use, and that's where you choose the headset mic,
Where-
not the iPhone or the.
Where I
Android.
used to have an option to select Bluetooth headset, that option no longer exists. That's my dilemma. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Maybe I just need new headphones.
It used to default to this, and now it defaults to the phone.
that any
And
better?
that was something
Mhm.
that I had to get used to. Was it the default settings
Is
changed?
this any better?
A little bit, yeah.
This is no better. Is it really? Can you actually hear a difference?
I mean, sure, we'll go with that.
Just troll him.
So Cal Penn was associate director at the White House Office of Public Engagement during the Barack Obama administration.
What does that even mean? That's completely made up.
What?
Yeah.
It's like we need to get.
I'm trying to find out, but
They're like, we need to get an Indian guy in the White House, more diversity, and then everybody else was like, yeah, but it's not like we've got a call center for him to run. What are we gonna do? So they're like, create this thing, get an actor, put him in there. It'll seem legit. That's
Kind of racist. Cowpen, Indian guy.
yes, his name is literally Cal Penn, and he's an Indian guy. It's not racist. That's his actual name.
Don't they like
sort of. His actual
Oh.
name's a little harder to pronounce.
Hey, now he's putting together the call center joke. It's fun to watch the 14-year-old brain like process jokes that are over his head in real time.
Suck.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Teach him,
sometimes-
like he's got to be better than that. Can't say so. Throw some barbs. All right, I'm gonna go. 'Cause y'all
I
can't
see.
hear.
I was terrible whenever I was when I was 14. Like they would be doing all these kind of jokes, and because I was so innocent, I wouldn't be able to get it. Like they'd just go right over my head because I grew up sheltered, so like all these they would be doing all these dirty jokes and everything, and it's like, wait, why is that funny? And then they have to explain the joke, which it was still kind of funny, but it's not as funny when they explain it.
Joke's not funny when you have to explain it, Chief.
Yeah.
The best part is when I tell a joke that he doesn't get, and he just sits over there and he keeps thinking about it, and then when it finally hits him, he's like, "Oh God, that's awful! Why would you even say that?"
Even when it's like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, it's like it'll be like 10 minutes later. He's just been sitting over there like stewing on it this whole time, trying to figure out what I meant by that, and then it'll finally hit him. Like, that's been the biggest joy of parenthood for me, is to say something like really off the wall, but it's like enough that they don't get it immediately, and then watch them figure it out on their own. Like, that's how I know that my kids can engage in like critical thinking and problem solving skills.
Just by throwing out like random jokes and see if they get it.
Oh man! Any big plans for the weekends?
Problem solving skills. That's the wrong way to be going about that.
Katie has a big wrestling match tomorrow. Unfortunately, there will be nobody getting thrown through a table. Nobody gets hit with chairs.
I was gonna say, is she the heel or the face?
She would definitely be the face. She's too sweet for the
wrap her in American flag and send her on out.
Heck yeah. I think she'll actually get to wrestle tomorrow though, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We'll be putting together some. What are we going to be doing for the next 4 months? Ideas for the other one, since he's still in the truck with me because he's not going to be going to school for a little while. Dag, you would be proud. I'll tell you off air what he did.
I feel like I might be.
I kind of filled him in before the show.
Oh man, I love Justin's son. Oh shit! I'm not trying to encourage anybody. I'm just saying. I would have done more of that.
I was like, dude, why do you have to be such a dumbass? He said, you did dumb stuff when you were in high school too. I was like, yeah, but I didn't get caught. Like,
that's what Dag said. Dag was like, yeah, I bet he's more mad about he got caught.
I got ratted on.
That's part of getting caught, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, apparently he got ratted out. See, that's why you keep your circle tight.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch out who you let in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It sucks. It happens, man. But that's one of the things you got to watch out for.
Right.
Can't be trusting people.
You only deal with people you trust. And if it's somebody you don't trust, you got to have an exit strategy.
And remember, 90% of the kids in public school are just going to rat you out because that's their program to do. So, the first time I ever got caught doing something, like smoking, was because one of my friends like ratted us out to like our parents. I still don't know why she would have done that. But she went and told our parents, And I was like, what the fuck, man? So it happens.
And a lot of times with kids, they got in trouble for something else. And to try to take pressure off of themselves, they're like, yeah, well, what about Dag and all these others that are... It's like, what? What does that have to do with anything? Well, they're doing stuff that's way worse than I am. And then the parents have to respond. I am not one of those parents. If somebody tells me something that somebody's doing to try to take pressure off themselves, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that kid. That's not my kid.
Unrelated.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what about so-and-so? They're so much worse than I am. Yeah, I've never caught them. So.
You're the one being an idiot.
You got receipts? It's like...
Yeah.
So today we are...
Sorry, go ahead.
So today he is he had him a nice haircut, and we shaved that.
We're not talking about that.
We shaved that off. He doesn't get to choose his own hairstyle anymore.
Oh, go military style.
Yeah, he's not allowed to wear.
It's boot camp now. Yeah.
He's not allowed to wear sweatpants and joggers and all of his like lounge clothes. He's gonna wear jeans and
crest slacks.
Yeah, we are moving into the realm of time for you to learn to be a big boy. Since you wanna do dumbass things and get caught, you get to grow up.
Yep.
I didn't get caught.
Yep. Sure did.
I didn't get caught.
Oh man. Hey, is that what you're gonna tell the judge? Nah, look here, judge. It's not my fault. Someone ratted on me. It doesn't work. So that's
Is that what you're going to tell the judge?
Yeah, you can't.
It's not my
can't-
fault. That's
yeah.
somebody ratting me out.
You always have to look at it in those terms. Can you tell it to the judge and the judge give a shit? And the answer is typically no. So that's what matters. So, living in reality is, with or without cuffs.
We're having one of those valuable life lesson moments
With Dag.
Yes. Valuable life lessons with Dag. See?
I
It's
can probably
coming up
believe
a lot
what he
lately.
says more than you. He's probably had experience with this.
As it turns out, Dag would have been a great parent if his kid was a delinquent. But Dag would have ended up with the most straight laced, like straight A student kid that never did anything wrong. It's like, oh God, no, I can't imagine doing something like that. That would be
Just a rebel.
Yeah, like the reverse rebel. Like
Oh shit. Yep.
So anyway, we are going to hop off of here because it is time for us to go get a wardrobe change.
Cool. Well, have fun with that.
Y'all have a good weekend.
it's a good
Did
thing.
we
Take
decide?
care.
Did we decide when we're doing the night show?
I
don't think we did.
so.
I don't think next weekend, but the weekend after. I think that would probably be the best.
That's probably okay. We'll figure it out and put it out there, guys.
Heck yeah! All right, y'all can continue on. I will see y'all later.
Peace.
Have a Todd or Rod. I remember when I was like 15 or 16, and I used to go to work with my dad a lot. And there's one summer he's like, all right, we had this job, and he's like, but there's gonna be a lot of people there, and I was under 18, so it was always kind of he was an electrician, so me doing like electrician work was like probably not legal at all. So sometimes he'd in this instance, like there's gonna be a lot of people there. I want you to look professional and dress right. So at the time I wore like Vans and baggy ass Jinkos and all this shit. And he took me to the store. He's like, we're gonna get you proper working clothes. And basically what it is what I wear now that I love and I wouldn't be seen like it, but it was work boots, jeans that weren't baggy, and a nice shirt. And I had to tuck it in too. That I still don't like to tuck in shirts, but that killed me. But I had to tuck it in. And I just remember walking around in what I now consider my everyday outfit, like just
You're like,
so
I hate
embarrassed
this.
to be in public. Look at these jeans. They're not even like 8 sizes too big. What the fuck? But you gotta sometimes you gotta shape up the appearance a little bit. Definitely helps to know that.
See, I was a straight edge, so like
really,
yeah. I mean, I like to, I didn't, a lot of times I would just want to wear, basketball shorts and a t-shirt, but around most places. But when it came time to like, okay, well, we're going somewhere nice. Okay, well, I gotta wear my nice clothes. I didn't like it, but I still did it.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really rebel in that way. Like, I don't know. I was more of just like, I would call out like their hypocrisy or their stupidity, and like a lot of times I didn't like having to abide by the rules of like, okay, well, you've got a curfew and you've got to call me by this time. If you leave the house, you've got to call me and let me know exactly where and how you're going. It's like I've literally never done anything wrong. Like. It
was like that for me, but I gave him reasons. Definitely. It's funny. My best friend lived across the street from me. His dad was in the Air Force and used to be a cop and this and that. And their house, mom was this Filipino woman he brought back with him, in the Air Force, and spotless house. His room had to be spotless and everything was just so but he partied with us and shit, but it was just he couldn't keep anything at his house. You know what I mean? One time, I don't know, we must have been 15 or so, 14, 15. And he knocks on my door, answers the door, and he's frantic. He's got this magazine in his hands. He's like, dude, I just found this on the side of the road. And it was a porn, magazine. Mm-hmm. And this was back, you might not remember when it was hard to see pornography as a teenager. But We're like, oh my god, you know, he's like, you got to keep it here though. I can't
Oh
keep
yeah,
it in
the
my
Playboys.
house.
I mean, yeah, the
Yeah,
triple X's
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. The magazines that got passed around the neighborhood, you know. Yeah, he couldn't keep any, but his family was like super strict, and you know, he ended up, you know, partying just as much, if not more, than me, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what parenting style is best. There's probably pros and cons, you know.
yeah. I mean, like you can like. I think it depends on the kid, and like you know
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Well,
like
you can look at siblings and how a pair of siblings turn out so different, you know,
Yeah.
too. And see that, like, how much, like, the whole nature versus nurture thing has always just been a fascinating thing to me, like, all around, you know.
Well, it's like you know since I have younger kids, it's interesting to see like how the difference is because like my oldest, he is like super hype. He wants to try to break the rules every chance he can get. It's like and you know I'm a stickler, so it's like no, you don't do this. Like you know I'm very rule based with him, and so
Uh-huh.
when I'm sitting there and I'm like no, you do this, you do it this way every single time. That this is how it's done. Like and he wants to skirt it or try to you know sneak around or you know whatever and you know I have to be on him but like you know even though my youngest isn't quite even one like he's just he's chill like he's not trying to like you know crawl around or get into a bunch of stuff that he's not supposed to or whatever like yet. I mean we'll see but like he seems so more laid back like just as even as a you know baby it's just like
Yeah.
seems chill like
Yeah, I think, like, my
I don't
sister
know.
said the same thing with her kids. Like, yeah, you can just sort of tell, you know, out the gate, sort of a little bit what they're going to be like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's fucking interesting. Oh man, we got any news or anything? I haven't even been in the chat here.
I've been posting some stuff there. Apparently, let's see. Did we?
I saw
We
something you
did that.
posted with gun sights. I didn't know what that was. I didn't just pull stuff up because I didn't really know what it was.
This is a hilarious video. Let's see. Okay. Let me pull it.
All right, get ready for hilarity to ensue. Any second.
There's a guy. He sees this big old spotter, so he gets his gun. He has to get the laser. He has to get the laser on it, which I'm surprised if this is real. I don't know if this is real. It seems real. That's a humongous spotter. But
Yeah.
he like gets the laser on it. I'm surprised it didn't move when the laser because you know they react to light. So
Holy shit. I used to be those kind of spiders, like the big wolfy spiders like that. Oh,
Yeah.
something about the legs. Oh god, gives me the fucking creeps. Like in the house. Oh fuck. And I lived in a house that had a lot of them, and like it was when I had first started carrying, and like I saw one of them, like my instinct, you know, I like grabbed the
shoot it.
pistol. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna shoot this bitch. but
Like,
definitely
holes in
instinct.
the floorboard, and all of a sudden, you know, then you get the cops showing up. It's like, oh, well, you know, why?
We have you ever seen the bug assault?
No.
Here, I'll pull up a picture of one. We've got one of these, which is really fucking awesome. We use it on flies and smaller cockroaches. But basically, what it is it's it shoots
great.
table salt.
I have seen one of these. I
Yeah.
just didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, it's
so
called
you shoot salt at them like that's what
Yeah.
is it? How is that supposed to? I mean, I get that it knocks them back, but like, what is
It
it?
shreds them. Or so like flies sometimes won't like kill them, but it'll shred their wings, and then they're on the floor, and then the dogs take care of them from there.
Yeah.
Apparently old Wayne took down a wasp with one. That's cool. I've taken out some like fucking cockroaches and flies and stuff. It's pretty good up to a few feet. It's funny how many warnings are on it to not put dirt in it, to only use table salt, do not use sand.
Oh wow.
But I'm like, man, they have so many warnings in here, and table salt's cheap, right? It's like, you know, you can spend $1 and have ammunition for the rest of your life for this thing. But I've had so many people ask me, like, I wonder if you could use sand instead. So I'm like, well, okay, maybe there's a big reason that they have 14 warnings on it, you know, to only use table salt.
Yeah, I can see it's like don't shoot people. It's got the only put salt. Like they've got all kinds.
Yeah, you know, I've had people ask me, well, doesn't it get salt all over your house? And it's like, yeah, but we have like 3 dogs and we live in Florida, so we have to like sweep our house daily because of sand anyhow. So the salt's really like the least of the worries. But yeah, it's a good time. If anybody hasn't picked one up, I recommend getting one. Did you, Corey? Were you using the bug assault to take these out at said shit plant? I assume that's like a wastewater treatment plant or something. But yeah, it's way cleaner too than like a fly swatter. You know when you hit something with a fly swatter and it splats all over the place?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is a bit cleaner in that regard.
That's what I had. I killed a mosquito the other day, and it was obviously full, like it just eaten some. So and then just freaking blood splatter. Oh god! Like
watch out, man! There's AIDS in there.
Get malaria or something.
Yeah. Fun fact: I am immune or at least resistant to malaria because of my.
That's crazy.
Because if you're like Sicilian or like if you're like from around the Mediterranean, you get, it's not quite sickle cell, but it's like almost sickle cell. But it's like a evolutionary thing. The malaria virus can't like reproduce in the cell because it's smaller. So I guess it's like the most malaric place in the the world. So yeah. If you're Italian, but yeah, it's called like thalassemia or something. It's like a disorder, but you know, whatever. I'm good enough.
It's like compared to the malaria, it's like a superpower.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm the immune person in the malaria apocalypse.
Yeah.
Me and all the other Guidos. Why do Sicilians have these genes? That is an interesting question.
Probably something to do with the way the Romans were.
It's something to do with when the Moors invaded from Africa. Oh man, we haven't played that scene from what's that movie? True Romance on here yet, I don't think. We might have to at some point. I don't know if I can find it right now. I don't know. What do you got? Put something on.
Well, we can talk about.
Sorry, guys, you're dealing with B Team today.
We can talk about the NPR says Zelensky has undergone one of the most dramatic political transformations in modern history. Before Russia invaded Ukraine, he was a comedian polling around 25%. Today, some compare him to Winston Churchill.
Oh man, has there ever been another example of politicians getting into war just to boost their fucking clout and shit?
Or getting into like people, famous people getting into politics to become more famous. I mean, Ronald Reagan, JFK. But yeah, there was this, and then I saw something else. So Zelensky's been, he's been a hot topic apparently recently. There was, God, no, I don't have it here. But let me pull up the Brad Paisley tweet. Brad Paisley did a song where he has like I guess he had a call with Zelensky.
Brad Paisley? Is that what you said? Yes. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at. It brought my attention for just a second. I had to come back and make sure. Okay, Brad Paisley and Zelensky are bros.
Yeah, apparently they're bros. He did this song called "Same Here," and apparently, like I kind of listened to part of it, whatever. I kind of like skipped through it, and apparently he's talking about like, oh yeah, like y'all, you love your grandparents, I love my grandparents. Everything is, like we're the same. It's like okay, they're not the same. They're from a different place. They have a different set of like values in some way. Like whether we, there may be some shared values, but like they're different. Like they're not the same as us. And also like, why are you doing this and whenever they're already getting billion, they're going to get another like what was it? Was it 10 billion? For like they said they were planning on trying to account for 10 billion.
Do we keep track anymore?
I don't know. Like, what's the like? We instead of having a COVID ticker, we should have that ticker. Like, that should be the ticker. How much money has been sent to Ukraine? Like,
I've been loving the memes with Zelensky holding Biden's hand, and
Yes.
you know
Well,
when you have to hold your sugar
funny-
daddy's hand in public.
The funnier one is like when people. I assume it's Photoshop. I don't assume that Biden was grabbing Zelensky's butt, but like those Photoshop's hilarious.
Well, if it was true,
Would I be surprised? No.
Yeah, it'd be a Biden move. With Corey talking about Toby Keith, like I remember, back in like the Iraq War and stuff, the Toby Keith, light them up like basically talking about bombing the shit out of people. So this is kind of a different approach. It's definitely a more pansy ass approach to country artists supporting the war effort. It used to be like, yeah, we're gonna send you, fire and fury, and now it's like, nah, bro, let's we have grandmothers we love. Come on, we're good.
Yeah,
was that
we're the same?
Was that a song featuring Zelensky? Was that just a graphic, or was he
Yeah,
actually like in a
hold on.
song?
Let me. Yeah, it's like a
Is he
clip
singing?
of him talking. No,
Oh,
no,
okay. That's what I was gonna ask. Is it just like him? Okay.
Oh, where is? This will probably get like a copyright strike because of it. But let me.
Toby Keith doesn't want to be fed. Toby Keith wants to hunt. Oh shit!
Here it is. Where's that?
Each treasure we have, and say the same things: children, freedom, our flag, our soldiers, our people, the biggest treasure we have, and friends.
That's enough. Gay. Turn it off. Get it off my screen. Get it out of here. Oh my god. Hopefully it was under 7 seconds. We'll avoid the copyright strike.
Yeah, that's Zelensky talking though. He had to do that. I don't know. I guess he had to get his paycheck somehow. Like he's running low. Like he needs another mansion. So like, okay, I'll do a video, do a song with Zelensky.
Hey man, whatever. We got to save democracy. So it's gotta happen. Oh shit. Man, I want to go back and watch the South. They had a couple good South Parks when like 9/11 happened and the war was, getting going and shit about all that. They had the Ladder to Heaven, Alan Jackson, where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? Yeah, dude, Corey, you are so right these days, man. It is so bad, it's so bad. I don't even know what else to say. There's like 3 different songs on the radio right now about having to sell your truck because of the bad memories associated with your girlfriend. Like it's like they get like these themes and they just run with them.
That's part of like just the the country music thing is like let's find something really basic that isn't offensive and run into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
That is its whole thing. It's like wholesome. It's like something that like some songs maybe not, but like it's something that for the most part you could listen to with like your kids in the car. If you're a soccer mom or something. If you don't get Radio Disney. I guess I don't know. I guess that's what people listen to.
Speaking of South Park, they recently like they're still going. They apparently recently did one with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and I actually thought it was pretty funny.
It's so
where's
awesome to
the-
be. I know your life has been hard. Like you should
Wait, oh no,
read
here
new
it is.
book. Where?
Apparently he came out with a book and it was talking about like, oh, our life is so hard, like as the royal couple, whatever, like the royal family doesn't like us and all this kind of stuff. It's like they've been claiming the whole racist thing, and like Meghan you know, I showed a picture of her like I figured my wife would have known more about it, you know, but you know, because that seems like a thing women would be interested in. But she didn't really pay attention. I showed her a picture of her, and she was like I was like, she's claiming to be black, and my wife was like, maybe like an eighth, like, like she's
touch,
like. I don't see it. Like she was like, I don't see it. Like there was one photo where she was like really tan, and she was like, oh, there she does looks kind of black. But then like the other photos, she's like, she looks pasty white.
Yeah, typically, punk used to. Punk had hit or misses, but yeah, modern punk especially sucks pretty bad. The Bo Burnham song that Jay Forte is talking about is pretty good. There's gosh, I forget who does it. There's somebody else who does a song because that's I believe when it's part of his comedy bit. So he does a song that's called Country Music. I'm Talking to You. That's pretty good like that too. Because that was a thing, and not that I'm like politically a fan of like the Dixie Chicks, especially not today. But that guy's big thing with them. They like spoke out against like the war, the Iraq War, and they were like they don't play them on the radio, like still.
Yeah.
Maybe since they changed their name to the Chicks, maybe now they're can re-enter society. I don't know.
Well, if you want to hear some real good country music, we can play some really good country music.
Wanting to find an excuse to play some Wheeler Walker Jr. on here.
On my beans, wearing these jeans, roll tide, go balls, SEC.
Well, yeah, it has been getting very tractor rappy.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with like Upchurch got popular and all them, like some of them, the country rappers that like, I don't know, like they.
Okay, so where do you guys fall on like, let's say like Struggle Jennings and like like Jelly Roll's been around for fucking ever, but he's on like mainstream country radio now, which is insane to me. And like I'm good for him, like whatever. But like but there's been a lot of that where it's kind of like white, kind of rappish kind of music, but it's like white poverty music,
Yeah.
And I kind of dig on a lot of that shit. I don't feel like it's too cultural appropriation-y. Like it kind of seems like it's its own thing,
Well, I mean, like I wouldn't say like I wouldn't knock like Yellow Wolf because of he's not. I don't know where to place him. Like it's weird though because it's not. It's yeah. I mean, Yellow Wolf's more rap, but like the Jelly Roll, the Upchurch, some of them that they're kind of like a mix. Now something like what I don't like is what is it? Like some people were knocking.
Yeah,
I don't mind Kid Rock. Like, people were joking about Kid Rock, but I don't mind him as much as like some of his songs.
He is who he is, dude. Like what I can't like it's Kid Rock.
Yeah.
He does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean
he did that song with Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been kind of liking a lot of that stuff. They don't play much of it on the radio, but like I said, they got Jelly Roll on there now though, which is yes. Yes, Wheeler Walker. Okay, good. I'm glad somebody caught that. Yeah, he's got some fucking some songs that are trip. I was here to interview with him, and he's like, yeah, I'm one of the few country artists that does just as good in Nashville as I do in San Francisco, but it's because I have so many songs about sucking dick. So fucking hilarious. Oh, yeah, we'll get some of him on there. Have you guys seen any of the new like Kid Rock like songs or music videos, like his new current shit?
I know he did one that was like more of like. Didn't he do one that was more like anti-Biden or something like that? Or something. He did one that was more of like this recent song.
What who you talking about, Corey? You talking about Wheeler Walker? Shitting on Luke Bryan? That's funny.
I mean, Luke Bryan kind of. Yeah, he did something like We the People. Yeah, that one was pretty good. I haven't heard of a lot of his other stuff though.
Well, like when I was, you know, like in middle school and stuff, like he was on middle school and high school. He was on like TRL and shit.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one's funny. Here, I'll pull this up.
I mean, Luke Bryan kind of deserves it, to be honest.
Yeah, he should. But like, he's still wearing the same fucking clothes he did when he was like, you know, in his 20s. Fucking shorts. But it's just still Kid Rock, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, there's some funny shit in this one. I'll run it. How to live. Oh, there's oh yeah, here we go.
Oh god. Okay, that one's a little bit cringy then.
No, but it's fucking hilarious to me. Wait, hold on. There's a part that I want you to see though. I can even turn that. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Look at it. It's fucking
Rocket lifts off. He's riding that statue. Oh wow.
Are you back on board now?
Okay, I can dig
He's riding the giant middle
it.
finger, and this was about, you
it.
know, woke whatever, cancel
Yeah.
culture or whatever, you know, at the time. This is just so goddamn ridiculous. I want him to win. I want him to win the Kid Rocket. Oh, that's awesome. I want him to win whatever office he runs for. Like, I want him to be a politician so badly.
I think, like, what was it? Was it people that were saying that he was potentially going to run, or there was some other celebrity or something?
He was talking about it in Michigan. I thought like several times. I don't know if he's actually like run yet or not. But
oh, dude, he would kill it as like if he could be like Detroit mayor, like, dude, he would crush it. I think he would be great for something like that. Like, especially, you know, like if he could clean up Detroit like as a city and make it like something that's actually decent, like that'd be.
And even if he wasn't effective, like, you know, it'd be hilarious. Like, I'm all for it. 2017, Kid Rock confirms Michigan's Senate run. Maybe he tried. It looks like 2017, according to some headlines on some articles here, he tried to run for Senate. I'd assume state Senate in Michigan.
Yeah.
Of course, everything in here, it's like all these celebrities that have run for office. You click on, and it's just celebrities who have talked about running for office. You know, it's like pumping. I'm like, ah, damn it, damn you, clickbait.
Well, all these celebrities running for office is pretty retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.